scores. Jason Tatum on the floor. Porzingis with the step back three, and yet they got a $20 million center in Luke Kornet. Jaylen Brown, full court sprint, fast breakdown, crowds lit. Derek White with the lockdown D. Every game feels like history. Highlights, reaction, all season long. Your Celtics source with the intro song. Big takes, play-by-play and analysis. Sit back and relax, you don't wanna miss.
What's up, everyone, and welcome in to your Celtics source, home of your 2 and 3 Boston Celtics. I said this last night, and I'm going to continue to say it. One game at a time.
One game at a time, baby.
Job is not done yet.
Let's go. Let's get right at this. That was a good game. Good game to watch and a good win for the Celtics. What stood out to you the most? What's the number one thing you saw that contributed to that win?
Two things. Obviously, we're going to talk about Luke Kornet in a little bit because maybe his best game of his career.
Luke Matumbo?
But I think we have to talk about just, sort of the freedom that they played with,
Played loose.
sticking up for their guy. They know their back's against the wall, and the ball movement was elite. They were Jaylen Brown. I love to see Jaylen Brown not bringing the ball up, but him getting open via ball movement and screens. So they weren't forcing it with Jaylen Brown, which is what I thought might happen because we've seen this in the past, right? He loses the ball. Turnovers can become a problem, sort of tunnel vision. Sometimes he's not looking out. But when a guy like Derek White or Drew Holiday's bringing it up, and then you get Jaylen Brown involved off of screens or whatever, it opens up a whole new area.
I felt like you saw time and time again that extra pass last night, right? That extra pass. It was I think late in the third quarter, maybe early in the fourth game was still, a little close. So maybe it was a little earlier than that. But you saw Jaylen Brown. He was like top of the key. He could have driven to the rim. He took the pass instead. And it made all the difference. You saw open shots. You saw layups. I mean, it was great ball movement. I feel like that was one of the differences in the game.
Does this team have a higher floor without Jason Tatum? Obviously not a higher ceiling. There's no way they're winning the championship without him. But maybe they don't have as much ISO in their game without Jason Tatum. There's a lot more sharing of the ball. Could this team, have a higher floor than, a team with Jason Tatum?
That's a great question. Listen, I don't want to be crazy here. I don't want to say they can't win a championship without Jason. I don't think it's impossible. I think it's way, way harder. But there's this team. If the team actually plays up to the max of their potential with the players they have, I think they could win with what they've got. I know people will disagree, but if Porzingis goes back to 25, 30 points a game and playing like an elite defender, if you got Jaylen Brown playing like he did last year, it's not impossible.
I don't want to see Porzingis play another minute in this series. After Luke Kornet tonight, Joe Mazzulla said last night after the game, he can't breathe.
Yeah, no, that's right. I think he can't. I don't want to see him in until he can play.
I would love, we're all eager to blame this on Porzingis. If he can't breathe, you can't be blaming this on him.
Nope.
There's nothing.
If you're sick, you're sick, and it's not like I don't feel well. I have a fever or the flu, like Jordan's famous fever game, which was actually food poisoning. But no, this is like if you can't breathe, you can't play.
Yeah, he is unable to even walk almost on the court.
But going back to your question, I think it's a great question. I mean, no question the ceiling's not as high. But I do wonder if that floor comes up a little bit because, when Tatum, we saw it in games 1 and 2, and when he's just off, it drags everybody down. When Brown is off, it doesn't drag people down as much, right? So I think you might have to be onto something.
Yeah, because I think Jaylen Brown doesn't take as many shots as Jason Tatum. So even if he's the only one, when he's off, other guys can find a way to try and pick up the slack. When Jason Tatum is off, for some reason, they still feel like they need to defer to him. I think that could be just a, I don't know why they defer to Tatum all the time when he's missing, but they won't defer to Brown. Like, they'll figure out, oh, we can't go to Brown. He's off. We're not going to use him tonight. Why does Jason Tatum have a much longer leash than Jaylen Brown does?
Yeah. It's a good question. Nobody really knows the dynamics of that locker room, no matter what they report. Nobody really knows what Brown and Tatum, what that relationship is. We hear a lot like, Horford is respected and Drew Holiday is a leader and we hear all that stuff, but nobody really knows what's going on in there except for the team. So could be. Let me change gears on you because not even one quarter in, and we saw guys that haven't played all series on the floor. I mean, talk about Joe Mazzulla just
Craig, what is
coming out of left field with next thing you know, he's gonna roll back out Paul Pierce or something. Like, who knows?
I thought Sam Hauser was a much needed guy off the bench just to knock down 1 or 2 threes. He wasn't, a liability on defense, which we thought might happen. Just someone who could knock down just a couple more threes.
Gave you some quality minutes. I don't know what his plus minus was, but he hit a couple good shots.
I have it right here.
Okay, let's get the interns on that.
His plus minus was
plus six.
0.
0.
Even.
Okay. Well, part of it is, remember, the time he was in the game was pretty competitive back and forth. So he's, and he didn't really come in later in the game, so he's not going to get any credit for that run up.
He was not the lowest on the team. Obviously, Kristaps Porzingis was a minus 12 in just 12 minutes.
Yeah.
Everyone else was positive.
But you know what? What I like about this is one of the things the Celtics have been criticized for, we have criticized them here on this show, is the live by the 3, die by the 3. And so you saw with the Magic, hey, find another way to win. Get in the paint, go to the rim. Joe Mazzulla coached a great game last night. He established the interior scoring early, right? Yeah. And guys were hitting threes. That always helps. But he made the Knicks have to stretch on D. And that ultimately, because they don't have a deep bench and they don't, that I think that warm out a little bit in the game doesn't help the, for them that Doyle Brunson fouls out with 8 minutes to go. But
let's quickly talk about this because the game might have been over when he went out anyway. I don't know. But just the freedom, the luxury that you have to know their Knicks are not coming back because they're missing the best clutch player in the game.
Yeah. I don't love some of those fouls on him, to be honest.
Yeah, I agree.
I mean, fouling out Brunson with 8 minutes to go in a decisive game, it just feels like classic NBA jerry rigging. Yes, we're Celtics fans, and some of them were fouls, and I thought there were a lot of bad calls on both sides. But
now that
Jaylen Brown got punched in the
on that play, but they called the foul on Kornet.
But I just don't love. I don't love Brunson not being in that game. It just feels a little, I don't want the Knicks to win, but it doesn't feel right.
I agree.
At 8 minutes.
I also agree that if you're Brunson, you have 5 fouls. You can't put yourself in that situation to try and fight over the screen there. You have to go around the screen and live with
You got to pick your battles.
Exactly. That's just a dumb play. Same with Karl Anthony Towns. Some of the fouls, he led the leagues in fouls this season. Just some of the plays he makes.
He makes
stay out of it. The chances they could miss that shot anyway. They're not easy shots. Some of those, especially with their
I mean, I do feel like that's a blueprint they should keep using, which they, when they drive into the paint and they score in the interior, they're drawing fouls. Yeah. And they were in the bonus in the third quarter with 9 minutes to go. And then, of course, in the fourth quarter, the Knicks were. But I do feel like there's a bunch of benefits to that penetration and that attacking offense. You set up the threes, you draw them out, you draw the fouls because they're foul heavy. So
the Celtics, right? They only took 26 free throws. The Knicks took 40.
Can we just give a hat tip to Mr. Robinson on the free throws? Like
I
you
mean, I was about to say that backfired in this game pretty
I know, but
badly.
you gotta listen. You gotta give credit where credit's due. Like good
Something
for him, man.
jinxed him in
Good,
that.
good on you, Robinson. You made him. You got fed up enough, and you made your free throws. Good for you.
I mean, they had to stop doing that after a while because they realized he was just on a tear.
Yeah. Now he wasn't as big a tear as our big man. And it's coronation time. We're gonna put the crown on Luke Kornet because what a game he had. That's the best game Luke Kornet has had in maybe all
That
season.
is your $20 million center right there.
I
He
mean,
should start next season.
7 blocks, points, putback, slams. Like he just played out of his mind. It was so great to watch.
That wasn't even the best part of it. I think it was him diving out of bounds for some of
Oh,
those balls.
yeah.
The one that Brown had, the one that Kornet had, just to save
Yeah,
them.
Brown had one. He ended up under the bench.
I know. He had 4 guys lifting him up.
Yeah. But I just thought like we were texting back and forth during the game, and I asked you, Zach, in the middle, who's getting MVP here, Kornet or White? I think I have to go with White. Like at the end of the day, just the points and the performance. But man, Luke Kornet is only right behind on the MVP there.
Jaylen Brown did have a double-double with nine rebounds as well. 12. I feel like 12 assists is
That's
high
lot
for Brown.
I know, but I feel like in that game we needed points. We needed to show we could shoot, and White just came out and just dropped bombs.
You just needed the barking. You just needed the dog in him. That's all you
right.
needed from Kornet, and he gave you so much more than that. I mean,
Now, I want to institute a new ongoing theme to our that we should keep doing. And at some point, we're going to need some pictures and screen grabs. But I want to know, I think we need to vote who has the best fake surprise face when they get called for a foul. Oh my God, I can't believe it. Who has the best outrageous face when they get called for a foul in every game?
Derek White has some pretty good ones.
He has a good one. That's not my vote for the winner, though.
I'm going Al Horford.
Al Horford is my vote.
Yeah,
Just incredulous.
Al Horford is like, what?
What? Just incredulous. And then you look at the replay and he's like,
I did watch that one.
Clearly hits him on the arm.
Slaps him.
But he's just incredulous that he's been called. So I think it should be a new thing. The most outrageous face on a valid call.
When has the NBA ever reversed that? He's just trying to get his bench to react to challenge.
Yeah.
And
yeah.
It seems like when Joe Mazzulla listens to his players, they have not been very reliable as of late.
No, we need. What's the review guy? He's always money. He's a pretty good. I can't remember. He's got a film guy that's like one of the best at calling reviews. I can't remember.
The Celtics.
Yeah, doesn't he?
Sam Cassell usually does it. I thought.
Oh, Sam Cassell does it. Okay. Oh, you know who I'm thinking of? I'm thinking of the Red Sox. I got my sports crossed over here. That's okay. I think the Red Sox video guy is like super high percentage on the replays. Because you only have like 15 seconds or something to call it, right? Okay, so
feels like in the NBA, the refs hold the ball and wait for the other team to try and make. That's the funny thing. Al Horford tried to steal the ball from the refs and inbounds it because he knows it's not the right call, and it feels like the refs just hold it and try and wait for the Knicks.
It's sort of like you foul the guy, they hold the whistle here. The ball goes in. They take the whistle down. Ball doesn't go in. They blow the whistle.
The most annoying thing ever. Just call the whistle. Close your eyes and call the whistle so you can't see the ball go in.
I know. It's either a foul or it's not a foul. Although, I do feel like a lot of the fouls are so ticky-tacky.
They tried to stop. I mean, they tried to reduce the number of fouls being called in these playoffs. In the first round, they definitely did that. I feel like in the second round here, they sort of picked it back up again.
I think so. I mean, I do think the Knicks are particularly prone to over-fouling.
Yeah.
Like they're not a disciplined team on fouls.
You saw.
Oh my God! Yeah, you fouled him. Cat, you fouled him.
You saw,
oh my God!
You keep doing that, bro. It's so true, though.
It's like you can't cry wolf every time, right? Like, that's, and I think Tatum has learned that lesson. You can't go.
Tatum's been complaining a lot as of
I
recently.
know, but he doesn't get the calls, but you got to just shut up and play. You can't
Mhm.
bark all the time on every play, right? Like nobody
Yeah.
wants to, refs are not going to give you the call just because you're unhappy every time down the court. But we're not going to have to worry about that for 10 months. Now, I also texted you this after the game. 10. That's how many months I think it's going to take Tatum to get back on the court. That's how many wins we need. 1 win for every month Tatum is out. 2 more wins, beat the Knicks. 4 more wins, beat the Pacers. 4 more wins, beat the West. We win 10 wins. That's our number. 1 for every month Tatum is out. Let's go, boys. Let's go.
I mean, I don't know. You think they win
Against
Toronto?
the Knicks? This is my question. This is the way I ask you. I actually think they
Here's
do.
what I think.
I think they do. I think they either win or they get blown out.
Yeah.
I don't think they lose a close game.
Mhm.
I think they either lay down and
Here's
they
the
don't
thing.
have it, or they just come out and they're like, not now, not this team.
The national media thinks, right, if the Celtics win, they're moving on. They're winning Game 7.
I think so.
I think if they win, they could still lose at home. I don't trust them in the Game 7, especially because the Knicks, know they can't. They shouldn't be losing a 3-1 lead.
I mean, we have a couple things going for us. Number one, James Harden's not on our team, so that's helpful.
Oh,
right?
let's go. 100 James Harden versus 1 Game 7.
As I said, 100 Robinson free throws versus 1 James Harden Game 7. I actually think Robinson wins now. That actually would be a great question. Who scores more points, James Harden in the average Game 7 or the free throw percentage for Robinson in 100 free throws? Is it above or below 25%? Because that's probably what Harden is. He's probably about 25 points.
He's making. Here's the thing: if he took all 100 free throws in a row, he'd make over 50%, 60%, because he'd just get in a rhythm and just start.
Well, if Harden played all Game 7s in a row, he'd do better, right?
No, because
Game 7, eventually they would become like a regular game, and he would.
I guess
it wouldn't be like the press. So we'll see. But look. I think a little bit about it this way, which is I think we can win. I think we will win. I don't feel great about it, but I feel like we're playing with house money now. I feel like we have nothing to lose. Like, you know what? Well, the start is down. Like, just play to win. Who cares? Nobody expects you to win. Go play to win. You know what I mean?
The thing. If they want to win, they have to get Brunson and Cat in foul trouble and keep them off the floor as much as possible. The way to do that, I think, is have guys other than Jaylen Brown attack Brunson and Karl-Anthony Towns on the offensive end,
right?
Because they're less likely to pick up that offensive foul and more likely to put Brunson or Cat in risk. If it's Jaylen Brown,
run the risk.
I feel like they're gonna call that every time.
So who are you gonna do that? Because like you run the risk if you take, a Pritchard, a Hauser, somebody like that, and you go at it. You run the risk of just not scoring points and turning the ball over, right?
That's true.
So you got to have a guy like Drew Holiday.
Luke Kornet.
No. The reason I don't want to do that is because I don't want to put Luke Kornet in foul trouble. Like, that's too dangerous. Like, we don't have it, what are you going to play Porzingis for 5 minutes?
Put Kata in. Kata hasn't played yet.
He did play. He played cleanup in Game 3.
Oh, I don't remember who played it.
Yeah, he emptied the bench. It was Shireman, J.D. Davidson.
Oh, that's right. Yeah.
I mean, and J.D. Davidson hit that nasty 3.
Oh, that's right. That's right. When to make it a 100 and 27-point game.
I think you have a good point. And so the question is, if you want to try and draw fouls on those guys, you got to drive. You got to make them hack. So I feel like there's got to be a Brown or a Holiday, someone who's tall enough and can finish. Like you can't have Pritchard do it. You can't really have Al Horford do it, though. He did back down. I think it was Doyle. There's like takes 2 steps. He literally was elbowing them all the way into the paint and then turns and hits a baby hook or whatever. I'm like, that's just not legal. But so I don't know. I think it's a good call. I think you're right. Foul trouble is going to help us a lot.
You got to have them off the court in crunch time. If it's a close game, I'm picking the Knicks.
Yeah, maybe
either blow them out or get those two one of them off the court. I don't.
Well, we have increasingly hard time blowing them out. It feels like you got to give the Knicks credit. They are playing better than they are, and I know that's a stupid thing to say, but I think they're playing near their ceiling. The Celtics probably played near one of their ceilings last night. I thought they played a great game by and large, But the Knicks are playing near their ceiling. When they play that, they're a legit contender, right?
Yeah.
So,
Karl Anthony Towns, it's not been great.
Not great.
He's been missing. He's made 2 threes, I think, in this series. Totally.
I feel like Hart, though, has made up. I feel like Hart has played out of his mind.
Hart has been out of his mind, and he's been knocking down threes too. Because
crazy. He reminds me of like Tyler Hero back in the day, right? And just like every shot goes in.
But Tyler Hero at least takes threes. Like Josh Hart, he is one of those guys that should be like a Draymond Green or someone that just doesn't make threes, and you leave him open, but he's just making them for some reason.
Yeah.
And the Celtics can't really. They still continue to leave him open, but not as much. There's a lot more. But when you got a 8-foot arm strength from Luke Kornet blocking him in the corner there.
You know what he did last night?
Leave him open.
He used the force. I wouldn't be surprised if he blocked like this from 20 feet away and the ball just shoots into the crowd.
Yeah.
Dude, somebody's got to do a Luke Kornet dressed up as Skywalker, like in a basketball. Someone's got to do that.
I'm sure
it's been done. I'm sure it's been done.
Luke, if Al Horford retires, the season, Luke Kornet should start next season. Who else are you going to put? I'm not trying to go out and get a center.
Yeah,
you got to get
one. I would feel better if Keita was a stronger second. If Keita was
that's true.
I'm not sure you're wrong because I think next year, and this is a topic of the offseason. Well, I would say we'll make the playoffs because there's too much talent on the team not to make the playoffs. But we're not going to
be a year to try and.
Yeah, we're not going to. I don't see the path next year to winning, and so I think KP's gone. I think Drew Holiday's gone just because, he's only got a year left, right? And you might as well dump the salary and get something in return. So I think they're going to blow up a fair bit here. But let's get through this season before we spend the offseason, second guessing them.
Yeah.
So what do you give me your 3 keys to victory tomorrow night? 3 keys to victory.
Derek White goes out and continues to hit his first 5 threes and set the stage.
So Derek White's off the hook again. Yeah. Okay. Fine.
Yeah.
So basically, Derek White shoots 100% from 3. Yeah. Next.
Yeah. You need a big. That's what he's done the last 2 games. He's come out and shot 4-4 to start the game.
Yeah. Yeah. Totally. Okay. So White hot is number 1.
You need a big 3 in scoring. You need to have 3 guys with 25
in the 20s. Yeah.
Yeah.
And I think one of those guys has to be a big man. I don't think so. I think it needs to be a guy off the bench, either Al Horford, Luke Kornet, Sam Hauser, or Peyton Pritchard. It has to be one of those 4 guys. Yeah, I guess I think you got to have the combination of the centers. Let's just say it's Kornet and Horford here. That combination's got to put up 22, 25 points. Doesn't have to be it could be 14 and 8 or something like that because who knows? But I think you need that position to put up points in the paint.
I agree. I think you obviously need 25 plus from Derek White and Jaylen Brown. Those are your two main offensive guys right now.
I mean, I don't mind if Jaylen Brown scores 18 and has another 12 assists. We'll take that.
I
Right?
agree, but I just don't think he's going to have 12 assists. I think you need to make up for that in scoring. You need Peyton Pritchard and Sam Hauser to knock down some threes.
Yeah.
You got to
really Pritchard. You really need Pritchard because
I agree.
when Pritchard and White are hot,
Yeah,
it's really hard to beat.
And the
this
crowd
team.
gets so into it. There are a lot of Knicks fans in that garden.
I know. It's like Fenway Park. It's not acceptable.
It was crazy, bro. That fan base was depressed, as we all were basically. But
They were
once
the
they
orange
started
and blue skies were raining orange and blue tears.
yes, once the Celtics started pulling away in that third quarter, though, we found the green in that stadium.
Yeah, for sure.
It
For
showed
sure.
up.
Now I'm thinking, let's not get ahead of ourselves, but let's just say we can win Game 6. Let's just say we can win Game 7. I think we need a little road trip to go see our good friend Stephen A. And I think we need to present him.
He won't be found.
Oh,
Oh no, he'll take the week off. They'll give him the week too.
we'll find him under a rock somewhere, crying himself to sleep, and we'll deliver him a beautiful cake.
He'll go to his little hideaway in Florida, or maybe California.
Yeah, we'll find him. And you know what?
Here's the thing. Here's the sad thing. Because the game is Friday and then Sunday, you're not going to get a reaction from him until Monday. Because they're not doing
Well, let's not be presumptuous. We haven't won Game 6 or Game 7.
True.
So let's not jinx it. Let's not jinx it.
Yeah.
You think Stephen A will be hiding in his Stephen A hole? Or do you think we'll find him? Do you think he'll be out and about?
That's a crazy day.
I think he'll be hiding in his hole.
No, he'll either be up early and celebrating Monday, or
or Saturday,
or he won't. Yeah, it could be, but you won't see him Saturday. That's the thing. So he'll wait till Monday to show the world.
Oh, he might put on socials or something. So, all right, give me your closing thoughts. Anything else on this that we've got to cover that we haven't talked about yet?
Celtics win by 12. Wow. They're -2 favorites, I think.
I'm going to go. I think it's going to be closer. I think the Celtics are going to win by 9. I think the Celtics by 9. You know what, though? I think they're going to be going in, and there'll be some garbage time points that'll bring it down to 9. I'm going to go Celtics by 9. And I hope I'm wrong because they win by 30.
If they win by 30 again, that would be, unbelievable.
I'm not going to complain. I'm not going to complain.
All right. Yeah, we'll wrap it up here. Thank you so much for watching.
Let us know your comments, what you think the outcome of the game is going to be. Put them down below. We want to hear your voice.
All right. Follow on social media. We will be live right after the game, live reaction. And then depending on how it goes, we could be doing a little farewell, or we could be doing a live to fight another day video Saturday, Sunday. Until next time, go Celtics.
Let's go Celtics. Come on. Go C's.
It's over. Time to say it again, Boston. Anything's possible. Banner number 18 has been secured.